Hello children, welcome back. The chapter that we are going to start is Polynomials for Standard 10, and this is part 1. So polynomials you have already learned in Standard 9. So we'll do a quick recap of the concepts of the polynomials and then we'll start doing the questions. So now polynomial general format is an x to the power of n plus n minus 1 x to the power of n minus 1 plus etc. plus a1x plus a0, where a1, a0, a1 up to an are all constants, any real number, and x is the variable. So this is a polynomial in x of degree n. Degree n. So what's a degree? The exponent of the highest degree term in a polynomial is its degree. For example, 5x to the power of, in this, x to the power of 6, this is the degree. So the degree of this polynomial is 6. And in here fx, here the degree is 1, x to the power of 1 it is. There's nothing on in the exponent part, that means it is 1. So the degree is 1. Now linear polynomial, a polynomial of degree 1 is called a linear polynomial. The general format of a linear polynomial is fx is equal to ax plus b. That means the degree is here 1. This is 1. 2x plus 5, p of x is equal to 2x plus 5. Q of t, another function equal to 2t. So all these are linear polynomial, their degree is 1. And it has only one 0. So I'll again explain what 0 is. It's the solution of the equation. Now in quadratic polynomial, the general format is f of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, c are all any real number and a not equal to 0. If a is 0, then it becomes bx plus c, then it will be a linear polynomial. That's why a not equal to 0. So this is a general format of a quadratic polynomial of degree. This is a degree 2. Coming to cubic polynomial, it will be ax cube plus bx squared plus cx plus d. Again, a, b, c, d are real numbers and a not equal to 0. Now coming to 0 of a polynomial. So a real number k is said to be a 0 of a polynomial p of x if p of k equal to 0. That is, if you substitute that value in the equation, you should get the value answer as 0. Then that value is said to be the 0 of the polynomial. This also you have learned in Standard 9. In case you don't remember, you can go through my video, go to the playlist for Standard 9. Go to the chapter polynomials. I have explained it in detail with examples there. So, or in other words, it is the point where the graph cuts the x-axis. They are called the zeros of the polynomial. Any graph which cuts the x-axis, they will be those points, the x-coordinate of those points will be the 0 of the polynomial. So this is a linear polynomial, a graph of a linear polynomial of the general format y equal to ax plus b. So it is always a straight line. Linear polynomial is always a straight line and it will intersect the x-axis at exactly one point. This point is what it is cutting. It can be either like this or it can be like this also. So this will be the 0 of the polynomial. It has exactly 1 0. So it definitely will have 1 0 because the line you can keep extending. So it has to cross the x-axis at one point. So it has exactly 1 0. That is the x-coordinate of the point where the graph cuts the x-axis. So y equal to ax plus b This point A, how did you get? On x-axis, this also you learned in 9th standard. On x-axis, y coordinate is 0. So you can put y equal to 0. So substitute in y equal to ax plus b. Y is 0. So ax plus b. So bring b this side. Minus b equal to ax. Minus b by a equal to x. That's how you get minus b. X is equal to minus b by a. So the point A is minus b by a, 0. The point is minus b by a, 0. And the 0 is minus b by a. You substitute this value in the equation y equal to ax plus b. You will get the equation as 0. If you want, we'll see y equal to ax plus b. In this, we will put equal to a into minus b by a. I am substituting x is equal to minus b by a. That's 0. Plus b. So a and a will get cancelled. Now minus b plus minus b plus b equal to 0. So you got the equation as 0. The value of the equation as 0. So that means minus b by a is a 0 of the equation. Hope it's clear. The same concept for quadratic polynomial too. The general format is f of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. The shape of a quadratic polynomial is always a parabola. This question comes in your exam. Parabola, it will be the shape is like this always. Any quadratic equation or quadratic is degree 2. Is either opening upwards or opening downwards, where this is once at this point the graph changes the shape. So if a is positive, the parabola opens upwards here, and if a is negative, that is the coefficient of x squared is negative, then it opens downwards. Coming to the zeros, the graph can either touch at one point or at 2 points, or it may not touch the x-axis at all. So the zeros, as I already told, they are the x-coordinates of the points where the graph intersects the x-axis. So quadratic polynomial can have maximum of 2 zeros. So it is maximum of 2 zeros. So this question also comes in your exam. You cannot say 2 zeros. Sometimes it might not have any zeros at all. So no zeros means the graph will be not touching the x-axis. It is either above, or it can be like this or like this also. Then it has 1 0 means it will be touching the x-axis at one point. So there it is. It will have two. The zeros are equal. For example, x squared plus 4x plus 4. This will have minus 2 will be the minus 2 will be the 0. So it has only, it will be touching the x-axis at minus 2. So, sorry, yes, minus 2. X minus 2. Sorry, x plus 2. So it will be touching at minus 2. And in this graph, the parabola is crossing the x-axis at 2 points. Here and here. So these 2 points are the zeros of the polynomial. Here it is touching the x-axis at one single point. Here example, x squared plus 5x plus 6. So it will be actually x plus 3 into x plus 2. So the x value will be minus 2 and minus 3. So it is touching, it will touch the x-axis at the point minus 2 and minus 3. Now coming to cubic polynomial, ax cube plus bx squared plus cx plus d. And for cubic polynomial, it does not have any fixed shape. It can take any shape. So it can have maximum of 3 zeros and minimum of 1 zero. So maximum, always a degree of n will have maximum of n zeros. So when it is in the first figure, it is crossing the x-axis at this point. So it has 1 0. Here it is crossing this point and this point. So it will have 2 zeros. In fact, we can say 3 0. When it is touching here, it will have equal zeros. And then this. So totally 3 zeros. But one of the zero will be same. So we say only 2 zeros. Here if you see, it is crossing the x-axis at 3 points. So it is having 3 zeros. And here it is crossing at only 1 point. So it has only 1 zero. So the characteristic of this graph is it can have maximum of 3 zeros and minimum of 1 zero it will have. But in a quadratic, you can have two zeros, 1 zero, or sometimes you may not have 0 at all. So polynomial of degree n has at the most n zeros. This is very important. That's very regularly asked question. So it can have maximum of n zeros.